So we're live. Um, let's live. Someone confirm that we're live. Okay. I'm trying to find like a good, like some non-BS article about this. I got like BBC and stuff. It's like I don't even know what I'm looking at. Um, Microsoft. Crowdstrike. That's a good topic to Google today, right? Um, let's see
Yeah,
here.
I think, the news I've been seeing, it's like, yeah, it's a Microsoft outage. I'm like, well,
Yeah, so, well, I guess just to start off, so, welcome if you're here. I don't even know how to see if anyone's here. Um, viewer activity, nothing yet. Okay, whatever, we just started. It's telling me to fix my stream rate. It's like I'm like 4,000 bit rates under. Um, and whatever. All right. So there's massive chaos right now. There's no time to. I was gonna film a video. I was gonna do the. I was gonna do a hot dog joke or a joke about cheese or something. I'm like, you know what? We don't have time for that. I know Jesse was up early helping customers with it. I called him to get on. He's like, I gotta go back to sleep for a little bit. Um, but yeah, you guys know me, Steve Weiner from GetRubix.com, Dustin Gullet. Um, he's the smart one here. And I mean, Dustin, what the hell is going on? Like, let's just start there.
yeah, it's obviously there's a CrowdStrike update that started blue screening Windows OS. So I guess it just depends on what news station you're watching, but yeah,
Yeah.
some are calling it CrowdStrike, some are calling it Microsoft, but it's definitely my CrowdStrike customers that are affected right now. My Defender customers, just a typical Friday for them. So, but yeah, really interesting to see how many CrowdStrike customers there actually are out there. I mean, news channels are down, airlines are having cancellations and delays. It's pretty wild to see.
Yeah, so I got this going. Yeah, so this is from Azure Status, right? Because obviously you're going to see a lot of this. So it when you hear the things that, there's an so that's what it is, right? So apparently um so this is saying we've been made aware of an issue impacting virtual machines running Windows Client, Windows Server, running the CrowdStrike Falcon agent. Um, may encounter a blue screen of death. It sounds like that's a pretty big may get
Yeah,
this issue. Um, and this started yesterday late, I guess, which is why I guess that side of the world started seeing this. Um, so I mean, I'm looking at so some really good stuff. I just want to call out here. There was hold on, I missed another one. I've been just trying to take notes, and obviously the Microsoft community is great. There are hold on, I want to pull this one up. Where's my activity? Let's see here. Comments, reactions. Just gotta look at my own reactions here. So what did I like here? There was a bunch of stuff. Hold on. This one came from our Discord, and let's see here if I can grab it. Where is it here? Saw this being shared. That's pretty funny. Okay, let me grab this. Yeah, so this is and I apologize if you are a Microsoft MVP. There's a really good chance that I have butchered your name. Um, so I'm gonna butcher more in
Morton.
more
Yeah.
in. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with your last name, but thank you. We're gonna put threw this up in our Discord channel, and this was kind of just a quick. This is everything that's going on, and I like this because it's simple and it gets the point out there. So he has workarounds for physical machine servers. What I really like about this, though, I'm going through all these workarounds, and this looks like it's going to be a... Oh, hold on, what happened? I messed up your face, Dustin. Give me a second. I'm sorry. It's back. I know.
Messed up my face, man.
I messed up your face. I know, it's not good. So yeah, basically he threw all this stuff here, but what I really like is down here if you're on, so if you have a VM on AWS or AVD or anything, you got to go through all this, right? But if you're on Windows 365, I guess you can do a rollback, just, right?
Yeah, and you can do a point-in-time restore. You can do it in bulk as well. So my largest customer right now, it's Crowdstrike. They're E5, Crowdstrike, and Windows 365. And so they did a bulk point-in-time restore, and they're sort of, they're not 100% backup, but at least their cloud PCs are.
So just so I know, like, so for those who have Windows 365, because I don't think we've done that yet. So do I have to set that up beforehand, or can I just go in?
It's in your user settings. You set the frequency of snapshot.
Okay. In the provision. The user settings. Okay. So okay.
In the user settings in Windows 365. So you set the frequency, but then you can do a bulk action and set it to restore.
Okay. So you got to have this turned on, obviously. Allow users to reset. Allow user to initiate restore service.
And that's another thing too. So you can allow the users to do it, obviously too, but
you just want to probably have it do it automatically.
Right. Just go ahead and take care of it. Yeah.
Okay.
My customer I talked to this morning, they've been up for over 20 hours trying to get their physical PCs back up and going at least. But yeah, they're at least. The cloud PCs are up and doing, so that's a good DR solution, I guess.
Really
unintended
good. Yeah.
DR solution, but
okay. So that's what you would need to. Okay, so that's what you would need to have. You go into Windows 365, user settings, and you configure that. It's pretty good. And for anyone watching from our Discord channel, I put this to, I can't see the chat currently because that will mess with Dustin. So if you want to chat, feel free to just jump in and chat right in the stream here. I see there's some folks in here. So welcome everybody. I haven't even been paying attention. I don't stream, as you can tell, so I'm not good at it. But we're not good at anything we do. We just do it, and we figured we're going to talk about it. So that's a good solution for Windows 365. This looks, frankly, for VMs on Azure, I mean, you tell me, Dustin, this looks really bad, like as far as action to do. And it comes down to, let me see if I can pull up a VM, just because I do want to show folks. It's like some blue screen of death stuff, right? Oop, what'd I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's blue screen, and I think the biggest thing, I think he may, Morton may be mentioning it at the bottom of his link there, but yeah, it's, BitLocker, right? So,
right.
Right. You're, it's.
Yeah. So if you're gonna, well, let's talk about this here. So let me pull up I have a VM. Obviously I don't have CrowdStrike. What just happened here? Hang on a second. I gotta redo this machine. Okay, let me try that again to bring this over. What about this guy? Rubik's Div.
Lisa in here to man the thing.
Yeah, we should have.
She knows our Discord.
Lisa's taking care of the Discord. She's directing people to chat in YouTube, and I think that's what she's doing. So if we have a machine, obviously I don't have CrowdStrike, I don't have the setup, but like, assuming we want to, so if you do have the blue screen of death, you got to boot into safe mode, right? That's what you have to do to start. So I'm gonna boot into safe mode, and we're gonna pretend I have the issue. And just kind of take a look here at what's going on. Let's
I think
see.
it is interesting, and that link you're sharing, every solution has like 5, 6, 7 steps, and then Windows 365 is just like one line.
Well, that's what got
Like,
me. Like, just in reading it, it's like, and this is how I think about like a good solution. So, okay, so I would have to go to troubleshoot. Now, before I start doing this, I just want to like highlight. I know it's bad. I'm not trying to rub salt into the room, into the wound. This is what you're gonna have to do. So when you think about IT is one thing, but when you have like I guess stores and retails being affected, airlines, you can only get so many IT people. So you're gonna uh, like, are we actually going to have people um, do these steps? Like, I'm trying to imagine it. So you hit troubleshoot, advanced options. Is it startup settings? Yeah.
yep.
So boot. Okay. So I'm gonna restart to get into safe mode, and I'm gonna choose safe mode for. But I believe, and this might not have been BitLocker protected because it was a VM, but either at this point, I'm trying. It's gonna prompt for the key.
Yeah, and I haven't tested this either. I'm not a CrowdStrike. I'm a Defender guy, but it does say skip the first BitLocker recovery key and then skip the second.
Really?
I mean, it is on the internet, so it's got to be true. But it's, I don't.
Well, let's look at the physical fix. Let's keep looking at Morton's stuff. So, 3 failed boots, automatic repair, click advanced, command prompt. In the command prompt, you can see to the OS drive. Okay, so the key is you need to. So let's actually do that again too, because if you can't even do that, that's going to be a problem. So let's do another safe boot. Or I guess you don't even have to safe boot. You can command. But I guess I worry like so you're kind of stuck, right? Because on the command side of the house, like any command prompt stuff, users are going to struggle with that.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, I got to hold shift and hit restart. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't really, especially in the modern workforce that we have. A lot of people are remote or hybrid. You can't. I mean, whenever I explain something, I always envision like explaining it to my mom. Somehow, I made it to where I am, but my mom is IT illiterate. I love her, but she doesn't know IT. But I could not give these instructions to my mom, and like my mom would, step one, she'd be like, "What are you talking about? What's a BSOD?"
Right.
And I'm just picturing, I have a customer right now, about 87,000 Windows devices globally, and I can't even imagine, like, hey, just do this 87,000 times. Yeah.
So they want you to essentially go into drivers and go into you'd be looking for the CrowdStrike folder. And it looks like you're looking for this dir file .sys, and that's what's causing all the problems.
Right. Yeah, delete it. And
Interesting. Let me actually. I do want to do this on a. I'm gonna pull another machine because I do want to do this with BitLocker running. Let me get a different machine going. Man, test. This looks like a good test. Okay. Too many machines here. Let's get this one running. I walked in and one of my Hyper-V servers almost didn't boot, and I'm like, it's CrowdStrike, and then I had to remind myself I don't have CrowdStrike.
you don't have CrowdStrike.
It's like
I think unfortunately, man, for the next 2 weeks, at least everybody's gonna be blaming something on CrowdStrike, even if you're back up and going. Like a printer won't print, must be CrowdStrike.
Right.
So
That's pretty crazy. Let me change this resolution so I can bring it over here. Display resolution. Here we go. Okay, so I got this machine, and I was doing some other stuff on here, but BitLocker should be on this machine. So let's take a look. This PC, yeah, it is. So I'm gonna actually boot this into safe mode. Because then if you have to get people their BitLocker keys, I want to talk about how we can do that. None of this is going to be like automated or, it's not going to be good. But
yeah,
we have to know how to do it. And I think there's some good instructions here. Morton gave us a lot of information. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm just going to scroll down. Yeah, BitLocker protected drives. I saw Rudy posted some good steps on Twitter as well. I'll bring my Twitter up here. Confirm fix, rebooting 3 or 15 times, 100% of the machines. Oh, that's new. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna make this smaller so Twitter's not taking up my whole, oh. In case you can't tell, I can't work a computer. Rebooting 3 and up to 15 more times is working on a large percentage of machines. It appears that sometimes the network stack is up long enough and CrowdStrike update mechanism is able to... Alright, so CrowdStrike has to fix the broken sys file. Try rebooting over and over and over. Alright, well that's automated at least. You can get someone to do that.
Yeah,
So,
man, that's
I'm just not
glad I'm
good.
on CrowdStrike game. Yeah.
No, I know, but it's something.
Yeah.
There is a Rudy did put something up that was good too to talk about the BitLocker stuff. That guy's got a horse. It's pretty nice. Let's see here. I'm trying to find anything I saw on Twitter. I keep calling it Twitter. I don't care. Well, I'll find it.
Rebel, man.
We'll keep. Yeah, I know. We'll keep looking. I can't say X. I saw this on X. It sounds like doesn't sound good. Can't tell your family that you're looking at things on X.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
it doesn't sound good at all.
Doesn't sound good. Okay, so if you're in safe, so let's do this again. Let's do troubleshoot, advanced options, startup settings, and restart. Okay, so this is kind of, now they're saying to skip this. You said.
Yep.
Now use advanced troubleshooting. Skip the first BitLocker by pressing escape. So gonna skip the drive.
Skip the second one.
Okay, so skip by hitting escape. Okay, you had to hit enter and escape.
If you're sharing your Hyper-V, it's not showing on the screen either. I don't know if your intention is to share that.
It is. You can't see it.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, okay. Can you see it now?
No, I still see your browser.
Oh, that's weird. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me fix that for you.
You can blame CrowdStrike, man.
I think it's CrowdStrike. Oh, that's why. Because I just had a. Okay. Yeah, because I just had a screen for you. I had a window for you. I didn't have the whole thing. There you go. Usually, if I'm on Discord, I'm sharing Elden Ring. Not the whole screen. Can you see it now?
No, I just see your smiling face.
On Discord, you might have to click on my face on the Discord and hit show stream, and then you'll be able to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could watch my own stream. There we go.
Okay.
Got it.
I skipped the first one, and now I'm here at the second one. It says you hit skip this drive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you got to go to advanced settings. So basically, you got to get to the command prompt.
Yep.
So you got to go to troubleshoot, advanced options, command prompt, and what do you got to do? BCD edit set safe boot minimal. Oh, default, or is that a setting there?
It's been so long since I messed with BCD edit, man.
What? Oh, I know. Oh, okay, that worked. So then it says go back to WinRE menu and press continue. Yep, let's close that. It may cycle 2 to 3 times. Okay, so you can get around a BitLocker protected drive that way, I guess?
I still haven't seen that, so I'll have to trust these steps, but
let's see. So Clark, let's see if we can get Clark back in.
I unfortunately don't have CrowdStrike to test this.
I know, I don't. Yeah. I don't want to say I wish I had CrowdStrike because that's not a good thing to say today. Afternoon in the chaos. Oh, Meatball's here. Afternoon in the chaos. I'm sorry that you're dealing with chaos, Meatball. It's Just let us know what's working though. We're looking at, we all just woke up a few hours ago, and we're kind of just going through different things online and seeing what's working and what's not. But let us know if you found something that works really well, or whatever the deal is, because we're just kind of trying things and looking, and we don't have CrowdStrike to even verify or test, so we're kind of all good here. Oh, you're on summer vacation. Oh, sick. Yeah, you're fine. Well, that's the way to do it, is take today off. I think that's the best way to deal with your problems. Okay, and then once you're in, I guess you're in safe mode, you can go through and open Windows Explorer. Okay, and then at that point, you're going to want to navigate to see Windows System 32. But again, someone's going to have to do this because a user is not going to be able to. And nothing against users, but I mean, if you're not, in IT.
No, all right. I can't even imagine, see, if you're hybrid, you would just have to end up bringing it in.
Yeah. You would have to look for a folder here called Crowdstrike, and then in that you're looking for a file that starts with C, right. A bunch of zeros, basically that file extension right here. And I'll zoom in for a minute so everyone can see. I mean, yeah, it's this right here is what you're looking for in that directory. Hey Dan, thanks for hopping in here. I hope you're off today. Yeah, so that seems like that's ultimately what you have to do. Now, I'm also monitoring because, again, we just saw on Twitter, someone posted basically, that's an interesting shot. This is kind of funny. So this is by, man, I can't pronounce anyone's name. I'm terrible. Vadim, I'll say if I pronounce that wrong. I'm sorry. I have a solution that is working for our company. Don't want to mention the company, obviously, but you're using PowerShell deployed through Intune to fix it. Yeah, if you want to detail what you're doing, I'm going to get to some possible ideas, but I love to share that. Obviously, don't mention the company you work for. But here, this is great. So for Windows, you can see this picture is... So that's really interesting. Everyone's kind of got to go through
everybody's...
But I like this. Basically, boot safe mode. Everyone's kind of in agreement. You go through, you get rid of the. How can I get the string to you? Get it to. You can either put it in our Discord, or you know what? You can email to me, steve@getrubix.com. I'm gonna put my email in there, so if you do want to get me that, in fact, anyone should be able to get that to me. I linked DM you. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you. That's good too. Yeah, link DM me on LinkedIn too. That's a good way to do it.
I just chatted you. That's interesting to see the flight cancellations.
Yeah, it's impacting a lot. This got me though, and the reason we're laughing at some of this is because you have to a degree. I mean, we're all monkeys that made this problem for ourselves. If you zoom out. Right, we're just kind of made these computers, and now they're giving us agita. But yeah, boot into safe mode. But this is kind of funny. These are the Mac steps. Don't worry, you're not impacted. So it's also a good day. As much as we want to blame this on CrowdStrike, which it is CrowdStrike problem. Yeah, Apple folks and Mac folks, you take your shot today. You've earned it for as much crap as I've given. Mac
well, I think Windows 365 though, you're good also.
Windows 365, that's right. Yeah. So if you're Mac and you Windows 365, you're absolutely good.
If you're using your Mac to access your cloud PC, you're in a good spot.
Yeah. I'm just getting my LinkedIn up on the other screen. I'm still getting situated. I'm trying to find a way where I could see Dustin. I'm sharing what I want to share. We're figuring out live streaming on the fly, right? Like I said, in the past when I've streamed, it was Elden Ring or Dark Souls, but this is a little different. This is I don't know what's harder, like the new final boss in the Elden Ring DLC or this CrowdStrike stuff. We'll have to see when this is all over.
And I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you don't. That's okay.
Elden Ring, that sounds... I've heard you talk about it a lot. But
that's why we love you, because you don't have to deal with that. So, okay. What else do we got going on here? So so I mean that seems to be the consensus. I want to look at a few other things too. So I'm waiting to look at a PowerShell string that was sent to me. I don't see it on LinkedIn yet. What happened here? What happened to my... Oh, I lost my live stream for a minute. This is a great watch while I'm swapping VM disks in Azure. Right, we have to... it's got to be a little fun. We have... Okay, so Ben says we've deployed a SCCM Pixie task sequence that gets BitLocker key for the drive from a network share that we dumped from Entra. Once the drive is decrypted, fix the file and reboot. So that's a good solution. I like that. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And then you can get around there. Yeah, it seems like that's going to be the trick, is to get in, fix that thing, and get out.
I mean, 12 hours from now, there's going to be some great fixes.
Yeah, no, this I mean, as bad as this is, we're going to have to, figure it out. And I think it's just going to, it's not going to come down to, like, hey, you should be using Intune, you shouldn't be using, it's going to come down to what worked the best when it came time to when the proverbial crap hit the fan. This is a great watch while I'm swapping VM disks in Azure. Thanks. That's Hop Top. I'm glad you got something there in the meantime, because there really is no silver bullet. I was even this morning. There's nothing we can come on and necessarily add. We want to know what everyone's doing.
Right.
This was an interesting one. Let's kind of bring up here. Damien, who I've covered a lot of his tools. Damien's got great tools, and one of them he threw up today again, and this wasn't for today, right? This was some time ago, but this is a great read about basically having some blue screen of death dashboarding with log analytics in Intune. So when you're monitoring these things, having some visibility to it is this is a good one too. I'm gonna put some links up in here once I get all settled, but this is a good one too because I like the way the report looks. I like the solution. It's remediation on the client. It's analytics. So oh good, Dan emailed me the solution. Thank you. Okay, so timestamp files 2 detection patch files fix. Give me 1 second to read through here. All right, Dan, are you cool if I open this up in Visual Studio Code and look at it? I didn't see anything that looked proprietary in the solution, so I'm hoping that's okay, but I'll wait for your okay on that. And then also, this is another good one. Martin Himken, I'm going to mess that up, right? I hope I didn't mess up the pronunciation. This is a great WinRE customization script that would absolutely... okay, thanks. It definitely helps, Dan. I appreciate it. Again, good luck to what you're doing. So we're going to share that in a moment. Okay, awesome. So let me open that up in, let me open a Visual Studio Code window. Let's get a new window up. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. This is a great solution because it does help customize some WinRE settings, right? So this is another link I'm going to post because just having the ability to do this and getting it at that level is it's really helpful. So here, let me so Dan sent me this let's see, new file. We're gonna do PowerShell. We're gonna say PowerShell.ps1. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay, so let me open up Visual Studio Code for a minute, and let me paste this in and we can look at this because I think this is really helpful. So this is what Dan sent me that seems to be working. Am I missing a... Looks like I'm missing a closing bracket. Oh no, it's down there. It's always hard.
Your if. Yeah, you're missing. You got your opening bracket on 13.
Yeah, but then there's another. Okay, that looks more like it. So.
Oh yeah.
And if I messed that up, I'm sorry. Dan sent me this in email, and email, I always have problems going from email to other stuff here. Let me get my chat back up. Okay. All right, sick. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. I'm going to click skip ads. I didn't know I had the ads on here, so we're not showing
Man,
ads.
it's no longer Prime Day, so
It's not. It's all right.
yeah.
I'm skipping the ads. I don't. I haven't really seen any money yet, so that's okay. We're not doing this for that. So don't worry. You're not going to see ads. Okay. So this is interesting. We'll look at this. Let me make sure I'm not. Yeah, we're not covering this up. So getting the username of the user executing the script. Get the user executing the script NT service account principal format. Okay, we're defining the CrowdStrike folder, and let's see if test path drive folder, get child item path. Okay, so if it's there, we get the full name of the ACL account, set the owner, access rule. Okay.
Is that? Seems like that would have to run as admin if you're getting in the current.
Yeah. Yeah, access rule. Okay. So this is what I've done a while ago with hold on. My mom wants to know if I know about the problems for today. She said
Your mom, or are you looking at the chat?
No, my mom. She sent me a text message and wanted to know if hold on, I'll tell her.
I mean, I think you should bring her into the chat, man. Like, bring her into the live stream.
I'd be interested to know her and my dad's take, because my dad already texted me this morning and said there's a Cloudflare problem. So I think we should bring him in. He didn't do that much worse than that guy on the news who's reading like OneDrive and
I mean, you know, that you might be honest on Steve. Your next video, just include your parents. And,
hey, this might be that kind of situation where I have to
have them explain it, you know,
where I have to bring them in. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, okay, so this is interesting. So thanks, Dan, for sharing this, right? I think let's see. Okay, yeah, I think this will be an interesting one, because this access rule where you're setting the owner of the item, like I've had to do this to switch the access level in certain cases before. So I see kind of what's going on here, right? We're basically changing that. We're basically giving I think what's happening here is we're taking the current user, right, and we're giving them permissions to delete that object, giving full control, container inherit object. So literally setting the file system access rule, and that's kind of clever. So if you can't make people admins, or you know, you're stuck in a you can't get in a system, you can at least get in and you can do that. So that's pretty good, and we can deploy this from Intune, or I guess from whatever you're using with PowerShell. So I like this. We're gonna put this up in the hopefully in the Discord here. We'll try to get that up. I'll put a link to the Discord down here too, because I keep referring to the Discord, and if you don't know what we're talking about, obviously this isn't, you know, you don't have to join, but this is where a lot of folks are coming from and stuff. So for the videos, we have a Discord for it, if you're not familiar. All right, so that's cool. We got that. Let's check back in on Twitter and see what's going on. Let's see here. This guy said, oh, I thought that guy was saying like Game Pass is down. Oh, it's gonna be like we don't need to worry about that. Haha, that's kind of funny. That's the Vegas thing.
Oh man, that's not right.
No, I think that was AI or something. Oh no, they did get the Vegas ball. Yeah. Sheen is off. I'm just trying to see if there's any updates on anything. I don't really see.
Yeah. I mean, I know this isn't a plan change, but like, I mean, this is why I'm a big fan of read-only Fridays. You know.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean,
yeah. You don't do this stuff before weekend, man.
No, definitely not. I mean, or they figure, you know, whatever. Yeah, it just sucks for people, because then if you got to work on this, you're kind of screwed. So yeah, let's refresh this. So I want to stay kind of, so updated 44 seconds ago. I just want to see if they have any updates here. So it is, so to be clear, like, because I know this question came in a lot, if you're not using the CrowdStrike Falcon agent, you don't have any problems. Is that what I'm to understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so nothing changed.
I mean, I think I have a lot of CrowdStrike customers, but
No, I mean, it's
don't.
not good.
Well, it's not good, but like you see the impact, man. Airports
Yeah.
and news stations. The news I was watching this morning, they were like seriously with a mic and like like 1950s type. They were like none of the display boards, anything. They were just sitting there with the table and a mic and like just reporting the news, and they didn't really know how to
Yeah.
report the news about.
Yeah, for sure. It's not yeah, it's not good. So yeah, kind of I'm just kind of also checking my LinkedIn feed to see if there's been any updates, anything cool that people are. I think so far I really like Dan's solution with PowerShell. I think we should definitely give that a shot if you're having an issue, but you can deploy a script through Intune. So I'm just trying to look to see if anyone's got any other solutions going up. Looks like it's still happening. And it looks like it's happening, I think the big effect of this too is, and I'll pull this over here. This is my LinkedIn feed, right? This is the problem, right? It's not like if it was just end user laptops and stuff, it would be an issue, but I mean, kind of, that's more of like a, hey, everybody, maybe go home for the day.
Well, it's not just workstations.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You got to think servers, right? I mean,
well, servers like operations.
You have one server that's, like,
right, retail,
your sort of, yeah,
things like that, right? So here's a good one. So James always has good stuff. Let's open this up. So James Vincent, basically did a blog here. Let me throw this up here. CrowdStrike related, please. So the CEO of CrowdStrike, this guy put a post up. He was like, CrowdStrike is actively working with customers impacted by a defect found in a single content update for Windows hosts. Because at first, earlier, I read it was a Windows update, but it wasn't a Windows update. It was a CrowdStrike update. Okay, so let me make sure. Not a security. All right, so it's not a cyber attack. Mac and Linux not impacted. So yay for the Mac and Linux folks. The issue has been identified and isolated, and a fix has been deployed. So isolated is an interesting term. I don't know if it's been isolated. Like, I think the issue's been isolated, but I don't know if the problem and the impact has been isolated. When people are going nuts here. Let me pull this down so I can see other stuff that you are sending me, Dustin.
Oh yeah, I have one of my customers pinging me right now. Like, it's
okay. So
I have some West Coast customers that are probably still asleep and waking up to this.
Yeah, that's fine. And obviously, if you got to jump, you can jump. But
these guys are smart. I just sent them a few instructions, but
good.
Thank God for that bulk device action.
Yeah, so actually, I want to just come back to that for a second because I turned that on. So if I go back to all cloud PCs,
go to devices.
Oh, it's in my devices. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the. I mean, yeah, and do your bulk device actions like you normally would. At the top.
What are you talking about? Oh, the normal bulk device actions. Okay.
Yeah,
so Windows, cloud PCs.
Cloud PCs.
Oh, look at this. Okay, let me back up because I kind of hit this on a on the fly here. So, all right. So if you do have Windows 365 PCs, this is some good news. So you can go to your devices, Windows, and then in your list, your bulk device actions. Like Dustin said, we're going to go to Windows and cloud PCs.
Yep. And then restore.
Yeah. So when you restore, you can specify. Yeah. So as long as you have the policy, select restore point time range before the specified date. Yeah. So as long as you had those settings enabled where you have the automatic restore on, and you can see I didn't have this on in there because I didn't even think of this, but that's a good thing to have. Because
Yeah, I mean, not to like go too far down a rabbit trail, but when I set customers up with cloud PCs, that's something because the cool thing about cloud PCs is you could sit there and take your restore points, your snapshots, and you're not billed extra or anything. You know what I mean? You're not like, oh, you use 10 snapshots, like here's an extra charge from Microsoft. It's all included in their license.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I think that's good, because that's like the easy button here. And you're like, okay, well, we'll take care of it. I do want to call out so a few things that come up. So Dan forwarded me a document. Thanks, Dan. I'm gonna check that out. Max is in here. Maxine, I'm gonna pronounce your name wrong. I'm gonna call you Max. But Max has great content on LinkedIn. I'm always reposting. So he's saying Azure VMs, basically high level. You disconnect your disk and attach it to a non-CrowdStrike VM. Delete the file and reattach it. So I guess if it doesn't have this Falcon sensor, it's not going to be impacted by that system file. Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm understanding that, because again, I don't know CrowdStrike, but that's what it sounds like to me. And then Max, you let me know if I'm right or wrong there, and if I'm butchering your name, you can tell me that too. I'm terrible with this stuff. Basically, if it's not a Bob or a Jim, we're all screwed. But that sounds all right. That makes a lot of sense, though. So then I guess that's what Hop Top was saying before, just kind of swapping VM disks and attaching them to you. Yeah. I guess you basically build a test machine. And
you attach that disk because it's it's virtual, man. Okay. Cloud. So you just take that disk and mount it, and remove the file, and then put it back.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Sounds like a little bit of a tedious process.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's working. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's, it's booting from another disk. I get it. Okay. Thanks, Max. Yeah. I think that's the thing with this. I don't think it's right now. It's not about like what's the smoothest, automated, shiniest way to do it.
Right.
I think it's about how do we get the airplanes off the ground.
Yeah.
So let me bounce to this now. So this is hold on. So I was let me download this and share it. So Dan sent this to me, saving in pictures. That's okay. I'm just trying to balance my stream setup here. So we got an official document that was published. This is from CrowdStrike. So this is the actual document. So tech alert, Windows crashes related to CrowdStrike. My wife says I got a super sticker. I don't know what that means, but that's probably cool.
Is it like I'm a big fan of stickers, man. I mean, is this a
Oh, it's my wife. She put a
thing, or is it like a sticker on your?
It's a YouTube thing. She put a sticker in there that said number 1. It's a thank you, viewer. Okay, cool. I can't believe she's tolerating this. This is the kind of stuff where she's glad I'm in the basement for.
I mean, it could be why you guys are married. You know what I mean? She can tolerate you, and
that's what it is.
It's true love.
So I got to come on and bother everyone. It's a dirty workaround. Yeah, I don't know if it's a dirty workaround, Max. I think it's a fix, right? I think at the end of the day, if we're fixing stuff, hang on, let me just move that. Okay. I think if as long as we have a fix, then we're good to go. Oh, it's the one behind the CrowdStrike login. The doc? I don't know. I guess so. But basically they're aware of reported crashes. Symptoms include hosts experiencing a bug check blue screen error. Windows hosts have not been impacted, do not require any action. Windows hosts which are brought online after this time will not be impacted. Okay, because they're fixing it at that point. I don't know the UTC time. That's like time zones. The issue is not impacting Mac or Linux-based hosts. So again, if you're using Mac, as always, go for it. Let us know you have the better platform. Feel free. I mean,
hopefully they're at least managed in Intune. That's what I'm saying.
if they're
you have
managed
a
in
Mac,
Intune.
at least.
If you're using Linux, you're above all this because you've just been laughing at every platform forever. So, kudos to you. I might see what deals they have and order a ThinkPad machine that boots into Ubuntu. And just do that for myself to celebrate. But Prime Day is over. So the current action: Crowdstrike Engineering has identified a content deployment related to this issue and reverted those changes. If hosts are still crashing and unable to stay online, the following steps can be used to work around. Here it comes. This is where it's going to pop off. They're going to tell us reboot the host to give it the opportunity to download to a reverted channel. This is interesting because what's up?
Oh no, that bold right there just caught my BitLocker encrypted host may require a recovery key, because what you were sharing earlier, that you could skip it. And of course, I haven't tested this yet, but yeah, I mean, I can only imagine, if that requires a recovery key. I mean,
that's going to be the problem. So I do want to talk about that in a moment. So let me actually write this down because I'm gonna forget the things I'm saying. So let's talk about the BitLocker key. BitLocker key, because I do want to talk about the key recovery.
You see that Sean? I don't know if Sean's watching this, but Sean, he was taking notes. If you've seen this, he's grown so much. I'm very proud. See,
because I mean I'm gonna forget in 2 minutes. So I did have to jot it down. But okay, so that is interesting. Yeah, and I don't know because we did it with BitLocker and we skipped it, but we don't have CrowdStrike, so it's not a real test. But basically, this is the consensus, right? Boot into safe mode or the recovery environment, get to that folder, get rid of the file, and then boot. But what's interesting here is this part when he says reboot the host to give it the opportunity to download to a reverted channel, and if the host crashes again. So I saw that comment before where someone was like, just reboot 50 times, and it wasn't really a joke. I think it was serious. So I think now that they have the fix live, possibly just rebooting over and over might do it. But I don't know how that's going to take for your average folks who are just, again, dealing with those kiosk machines or the airport stuff, saying, listen, we're going to want you to just keep rebooting for the next half hour until it works.
Until it works, Yeah, I mean, especially, you mentioned it, like kiosks, man. Like, how do you even get in? Like, kiosks are so locked down already. You gotta sort of.
Max says that works. Yeah, so Max says that works. I mean, it might work. I mean, we're joking about it because that's just saying, hey, just keep rebooting until it doesn't, stop. But that very well might work. Okay, so the workaround steps for public cloud. Okay, and this is what we were just talking about. It's literally what Maxers are telling us, and HopTop is telling he's doing, is take the disk off, mount it to a different machine, find it and delete it. That seems to be the Azure via Serial, latest updates, tech alert published, updated, and workaround details updated. So as of 9:45 a.m. UTC. So what's UTC? Do we know what that is? Because I know I don't. Let's see here. UTC time. Let's figure this out together. So right now it's 1:19 p.m. UTC. Whatever that means. So at 9:45 a.m. UTC. So they're saying as of 9:45 UTC, it was resolved, or they have the fix up. But I guess that's by the time, people get around to it. So 2 hours?
Yeah.
No. Math. More than that.
7
hours.
Yeah. 7. It's 7 hour. Isn't it 6 or 7 hour time difference UTC? So
10, 11, 12, 1. So for me, it's 4 hours ahead right now. So they're saying at 9:45 a.m. UTC, which would have been 5 a.m. here, is when the fix. But the fix being the fix updated on the CrowdStrike side doesn't necessarily mean, it's what rolled out. So I want to check back into to Twitter here and see what's going on. Yeah, this is interesting. So Kenneth just put this up. getting into the main OS via WinRE without giving in your BitLocker recovery key. I have questions. Yeah, I have questions too. Um,
Yeah, see, Sandy's even saying that. I don't.
it will
That's.
ask.
I mean,
So Sandy says it will ask BitLocker recovery key when you open the command prompt in WinRE. I didn't get that when we did it.
I can't imagine that. You know,
How did it do that
that's.
actually?
I can't imagine that being like, oh, it's that easy to just like we're gonna go ahead and get it into your file system.
Yeah.
I know you're encrypted, but like if you just escape twice, then you're in.
Yeah, we should try
Like
that again.
Yeah.
Because now I'm concerned about that. This whole time Microsoft's like, that's like, don't worry if you got locked out of your house. Every key in the neighborhood was the same the whole time, just for convenience. Like, I had troubleshoot, advanced options, startup settings. I'm gonna go back into safe mode. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter and I'm gonna hit escape. So that's the first one I skipped. Maxis UTC London time zone in the winter. I like the idea of going live to talk through these issues impacting endpoints. Steve's is unfazed says this is the Steve situation room. I guess so.
Steve situation.
Yeah, I mean,
oh man,
maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this drive. I think this is worse. This is more of a situation. Now I troubleshoot again and go to advanced options, command prompt. But I'm not actually in the C drive though, right?
you're in PE, like
Right.
So
you know, I would have to
Yeah.
mount the C drive, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, can't share like customers' PCs, unfortunately.
no. I can't.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of chatter from my customers over here, and it's just sort of.
Yeah, so there are ways to mount in there, but I would imagine at that
Yeah.
point you're gonna get hit with BitLocker. So let's see here, disk part. Let's see if we can do this here. Come on computer. Okay, so list volume, sure. Select. Yeah, it'll have to be that one. Select volume 0. Okay, then we can exit. Oh, they're just saying, oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, drive. Okay, you have to unlock it from control panel, so it is locked. So you can't get around it. That's good. Okay, perfect. So you can't get around BitLocker. So we were getting a little. I was getting a little nervous about that. I was gonna think, the heck with the CrowdStrike issue. Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's.
That was gonna be way worse.
True.
Okay, so
yeah.
that's stupid though. Then to bypass it. Why bypass it in the first place? Why not just put it in to get whatever? So how would you give a user their BitLocker key? So obviously, just in case you don't know, if you have a device and you come in here to Intune to look at it, the recovery key on the left here, that's essentially where the I'm just checking my time. I'm good for another 30 minutes to an hour, because I think we're all going to get sick of this real quick. But you come in and go to recovery keys, show the recovery key, and there it is, right? But I guess from an IT standpoint, that's gonna be bad. So this is not a good option to do it.
Yeah, just make everybody Intune admins. No, just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Let's do this instead. We'll do. Go ahead, Dustin.
There's a newer feature where you can allow. I just sent it to you, Steve. But
yeah, I'm gonna post it here.
Yeah, a newer feature in Azure that you can allow users to access their BitLocker recovery key. So they need to be able to access the Intune company portal website. Of course, if they only have one device, then
And
there's an issue.
This is a tenant-wide setting. It looks like an intra.
That's correct. Yeah.
So let's just talk about this for a minute. So I'm going to go in. We're going to go to, let's see here. If you use Laps, Intune, you can talk the user through it. It's painful, but it works. Yeah, 5,000 people would be unmanageable. Seems if devices are affected, CS suggesting manual is the only way. Yeah, I get it. It's, I mean, I like the PowerShell option, but that's only if you can get into the device or if the device is working. So if I go to devices, all devices, is it settings? BitLocker keys, preview.
Device settings.
Device settings. And this is where you enable that.
Down at the bottom.
Restrict users from recovering BitLocker keys for their own devices. No. Okay, very interesting. So let me open a new incognito window. So what is the company portal website? I don't even know. Let's look. It's probably in your article here.
It's portal.manage.microsoft.com.
Oh, still? That was like, I remember that from a billion years ago. So again, we're not saying definitely do this, but this is an interesting way to, let's see, Clark Kent at RubixDev.com. Yes, all the superheroes work in my tenant. Got some MFA. Yeah, MFA won't save you from this, but still. Okay, you don't have any apps yet. That's okay. I can go to devices. Yeah. That's my device. And if I scroll down, get recoverable key. Show the that's the key ID. And show the recovery key. Okay. Well, that's something, right? That's yeah. I'll probably cover that in a video just because I think that's a good thing to have set up. But
and
yeah, go ahead.
That is fairly new in Intune as well. I think that article was published in end of May. So
yeah, that is newer.
It's not something that's been around long.
No, Max says, or you could turn BitLocker off and then push remediation, but no one will want to risk that. Yeah, I think at this point, we'll keep BitLocker on. I don't think we want to bother with that. Turning that off. So let's why don't we do this? Let's see if anything else popped up as far as any updates here, and we'll probably just go over our recommendations and then let everyone get back to their I would say their chill day. So let's see here. It will ask BitLocker. So Sandy was absolutely right there. It does ask for it. So thank you, Sandy, for that. Let's see if there's anything here.
Oh man, there's gonna be so many memes today.
There's a lot of memes. I was trying not to just focus on the memes, but and of course our friend John Tolles, right? Mobile John. I was just talking to John last night, and he's saying, "Yep." So there you go. I don't even need to do it. So John put up a little reminder here.
If John's listening, or I think that's actually turned on by default. You actually have to go and turn that off.
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I just checked my test tenant, and I never went and turned it off. So, I think that is actually enabled by default. I want to say I'm not 100% on
that. Now this is interesting. In this one, I'm gonna miss. I'm not even gonna bother with your name, good sir. But this is an automated workaround in safe mode using group policy. Oh, so I guess this is okay. So this is similar to what Dan's thing was more crafted for Intune. This looks like you could deploy this, create a GPO for safe mode, edit the GPO, and then run the script from the GPO. Okay. And someone says just use Linux, nerds. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, for sure. We wouldn't be in this situation. Oh, hold on, more ads are going to run, but I'm going to skip them because We don't need to worry about ads for this.
It's just I'm looking at Twitter and it's crazy, because like people are like handwriting boarding passes now and stuff like, it's like it's crazy how dependent we are on technology in everything we do.
Yeah.
It puts it in perspective, really.
No, it does. Look, I think so. There's some great solutions out there, and I'm going to update. I'm going to put a LinkedIn post with no ads. Yeah, I turned the ads off. Good, so the ads won't run. Yeah, there's no reason for ads to run during this. Okay, so I think the bottom line is there's a lot of solutions. I'm going to try to compile everything we've gone through here, and I'm going to put it on LinkedIn or something. And yeah, basically, Dustin's right. Like, at the end of the day, look, this is a problem because it's a manual touch, but these things do happen. As far as manual fixes, So, sometimes there's not a way around it, right? But at least we know what it is. We have to fix it. It's a grueling day for IT. I didn't see too much else here. Yeah, the memes are going to be off the chart. I'll leave you guys to sift through the memes. Let me just see if there's been an update.
There's a ton of them, and it's pretty funny, actually. It's not a laughing thing, but like some of these memes, it's like, wow. I wish I was that great at creating memes.
No. Yeah, that's a whole thing in and of itself. Checking back in on the LinkedIn feed real quick. That's a good one to do. This is from the Australian government. The memes are definitely coming in. Let's say Crowdstrike isn't effective. Pretty tricky getting malware if your system. That's funny. You can't get malware if your systems are down. Yeah. All right. So I think we kind of cracked
zero trust.
Don't even trust the machine. Don't even trust the.
Don't let it boot, and you're good.
Yeah.
Zero trust.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll start wrapping up. We were talking this morning, but I'm glad you were able to hop on.
Yeah, man.
We got a lot of people who are watching this, so thank you. This will be up, I'm pretty sure, with a live stream. You can just go click on it and watch it again. I don't know. This is the first time we're doing a I don't know if it's the first time. We haven't done a Get Rubik's live stream in a long time, so you should be able to watch it. GetRubix.com. I'm saying it. I'm not telling you to like or subscribe. I never do that. That's your business, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. Jesse says it was quite a way to wake up at 2 a.m. Well, that's because you're the man, Jesse. That's who they call when you fix this. CrowdStrike goes, I'm surprised they didn't call you about the Vegas sphere. You got to get that thing back on. get Jesse on it. Yeah, so look, I think, it was kind of a crazy thing, and I felt this was the best way to deal with it, so I'm glad you did that. I was going to say, GetRubix.com, so if you want to keep chatting about it, we have the Discord. I see a lot of my Discord folks in here. Thanks for jumping in. On LinkedIn, I'm going to put up some updates. I was going to put out the latest episode. I filmed a cool podcast. I'm probably going to wait till Monday, because I don't think today's the type of day we chill and just say, let me just see what kind of podcast is going on. So we're gonna wait on that till next week. And if you need anything, reach out. So we're gonna sign off here and say later, everybody.